Hello, hello. Oh, sorry, my headset. Uh, can I hear out one ear? One ear. There we go. Can I hear myself now? Oh,
Shalom.
hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm sorry about that. I can't hear myself. Can I hear myself? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Hello? This headset's everything I own is slowly crumbling. Honestly, everything I own, like I need a new keyboard, I need a new mouse, I need a new headset for my PC. This is like the old Logitech headset that I used to use. This is apparently now dying. So I'm like, huh. Is that a raid from Cora? Thank you very much for the raid. The most sanest cook I know. Hell yeah, we're not going to do any. We're not going to set fire to anything today. Hello everybody. Hi Carrie. Hi Swood. Hi Chubats. Hi Gubbins. And of course, hi Cora. You cannot stay, but you want to greet your friends. Hi Gubbins. I'm sorry you cannot stay, but I hope you're doing well, my friend. You take care of yourself. You're excited for the night part? Yeah, let's go. I'm going to do some chopping. Who is this man? Me. Hello. Sorry. I have a bit of a headache as well. Everything's going wrong. Alright. I have some onion left over. Now, I've cooked jalfrezi a number of ways. Okay? But this way is different and I don't know, I think I'm gonna amend it. Essentially, we're going to be cooking a sauce that we then cook some stuff separately. So we're going to have some like... Oh. Oh well. I just need to do some chopping first. Let's do some prep. Alright. So I have this half onion left over from cooking I did earlier on. we will get some more onion. I actually have some garlic, homegrown by my dad. So when my parents came to visit earlier in the week, my dad was like, here you go, and gave me like a bag of garlic. Don't know if he thinks I'm a vampire or something. And I was like, thanks. So I have this this big ass bag of homegrown garlic, which honestly I'm all for. Get through a lot of garlic. Get through a lot of garlic out cooking. Okay, that is falling apart. So I need to cut stuff separately, okay? So I'm going to be doing some stuff for a sauce that we're going to leave to like simmer for a bit, and then we're going to cook some onion veg and have it be a bit more chunky. Is the theory. That's our half onion, which we'll do for the sauce. And I'll have to navigate through this mess because the kitchen's a little bit hectic at the moment. You love garlic? Oh, it's good. I actually can't remember where my bag of garlic is. Where is it? Where did I put it? Here it is. Bag of garlic. My dad has a my parents have a nice big garden, and my mum's not very much of a gardener or anything like that, but my dad loves gardening, so he plants flowers and all sorts, bushes. My mum is the cook, the chef, and my dad grows lots of veg and fruit and stuff like that. So I also, as well as the garlic, I got 4 jars of strawberry jam. My dad grows strawberries, and then my mum makes it into jam. If I'd asked, I could have had probably, gallons and gallons of tomato soup. They make a lot of tomato soup, because my dad, again, grows tomatoes, and my mum turns it into soup. So yeah, they have a very nice looking garden. My dad works hard at growing everything. So this onion is going to be for the actual curry. Now, I'm in 2 minds at the moment as to whether or not I'm going to be like blitzing the stuff that I need to make into a sauce. This recipe says we're going to be like cooking a bunch of stuff and then kind of using a food processor to smooth it down into a sauce. Now I do have them. I'm just wondering whether it's actually worth doing that or not. I guess if I am trying out different recipes for dishes I've done before, I should actually follow it rather than being like, well, this is the way the other recipe do it. Otherwise, what's the point in doing different recipes? You know what I mean? So I might have to get one of the food mixers out and ready. We have 2 food mixers. We have a small one and a big one. I have to use the big one for this. You're going to order from a Japanese restaurant and you're only ordering chicken wings. That's, yeah, that's, I don't know what to say to that, dude. I feel like, there's something wrong with that, like gravely wrong with that. What am I looking for? Where did I put my pepper? It's over here. My pepper. It's like, whoa, almost fell off the table. Whoa, okay, he doesn't want to stand up that way. It's like going to KFC and ordering, I don't know, do KFC do anything other than chicken? I don't know. Did I do all of my alerts, by the way? I always forget. Yeah, I did. Okay. So in terms of like veg going into this, we're going to have a bunch of things going on. So this chopping board is going to get very hectic. It's going to get very hectic. So we have a red pepper here, just a bell pepper. But also going to be having some chilies involved as well. This is where, if I'm following this recipe, we'll have to check, because some of them go into the sauce that we're going to be making, and some are going to be cooked like not whole, but not like blended, not blitzed, with the chicken and stuff like that. So we'll see. I was going to do the carrot and coriander naans. No, sorry, carrot. Try that again. I was going to do the carrot and onion bhajis that I've done a number of times before. But Cloudy mentioned he was feeling naans. And I feel like having bhajis as well as naans, it's a lot going on there. We're going to have a little bit of rice as well. There's a lot of carbs going on there. Okay, this is where, like I said, things are going to go a little bit busy on the board. So, last time I did those bhajis, I think it was when I did a madras, which are very, very nice. Highly recommend them to anybody. It's basically just you grate carrot and like lengthways, as opposed to like, you know, so you get long strips of it, and then you mix it in with long strands of onion, a bit of corn flour, some spices, you know, a bit of turmeric, a bit of cumin, things like that. And then you shallow fry them, and you make these bhajis, which are fantastic. Okay, so we need green chili for the other side. Where did I put my chilies? McDonald's salad, yes. That's a good example. What, like I based this on that movie. What was it called? Super Size Me. And remember Super Size Me? It was like a documentary done by a guy who he did an experiment. I think it was over the course of a month. He ate McDonald's every day. Every day he ate McDonald's. And the rule was, if he went into a store and they asked him, do you want to supersize that? He had to say yes. Supersizing is like the biggest, serving, I guess, whatever you want to call it, biggest size. It's not a size we get over in Europe, that's for sure. I think it may be an American only thing. But yeah, so he had to say yes if they said, do you want to supersize it? I think the first time he had it, he threw up because it was just like that volume. And then he just kind of monitored like his health during that time, did a bunch of research into, you know, McDonald's and health and, you know, fast food in general. It's a really interesting documentary. It's cost like 20 years old now, probably. But anyway, I remember from that show, and I don't know if it's still the case, but the McDonald's salad had more calories and was worse for you than just like a burger, which I think is crazy. Because apparently the dressing that they put on there was really, really high in like sugar and things like that. Obviously sugar is not great for you. Small quantities, obviously you can have it, it's fine. But like having like high sugar in a salad is kind of crazy. It's a crazy notion to me. Anyway, we're going to chop these. These are our green chilies, and we're going to put them in that earlier pile. It's the one that's closest to the camera over here. We're going to be cooking this, and we're going to be blitzing it into like a sauce. And that's what we're going to be cooking the other stuff in. So this side with the red pepper is going to be, we're going to cook that with the chicken, and that's going to be more chunky. That's going to be going into the sauce. Hi Hugh, how's it going? Okay for a 2 a.m. meal? Yeah, I mean, sometimes a little cheeky treat, isn't there? I'm not going to hurt you. You don't get that size in Canada? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only an American thing. Because in the UK, at least, if you want to order McDonald's, you order a meal and you can make it large. That's it. There's like 2 options. And the only thing that changes is the size of the fries and the size of the drink. Okay. Enough about that. So now we have a red chili. But this red chili is going to go in this pile. Now this says in the recipe it's optional. I'm guessing that's down to whether or not people like spice. In this household, we like a little bit of spice, so of course we're going to be having it in here. But I'm guessing if you aren't a fan of super spicy stuff, you can omit this. Although jalfrezi is usually one of the spicier curries that you can make. And the reason I chose jalfrezi is because it's one of the few on my YouTube playlist that I haven't actually got a recorded video of. So it would be nice to have that. I'm kind of looking through and thinking of things that I've cooked that, you know, is in that kind of period where I didn't export the VODs, you know. I'm going to chop these up fairly fine because we're not going to be blitzing these. Blitzen? Isn't that one of Santa's reindeer? So I don't want them massively chunky, but I do want, you know, I want them in bits, you know. I want them nicely dispersed throughout everything. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. A lot of prep, but once we get cooking, it'll be fast-paced. I'm going to be using a lot of hobs today, I think. A lot of pans. Okay, that's done, that's done. We start out the garlic next, I think. And then we got the coriander as well. Bloody hell. A lot going on. Okay. I can actually get rid of this little bit of rubbish. The kitchen is very kind of like crowded. You guys are currently resting on a crate of beer. But yeah, it's like a pile of stuff over here that's a little bit, yeah. So this goes in with the sauce. Okay. Time to see. Oh, you smell good. I mean, it smells like garlic. That's a good sign. Yeah, kind of small cloves. Seeing as we're going to be blitzing it, then it doesn't really matter how much we chop them, so we'll just get the outsides off. Okay, so after this, I'm going to start kind of cooking the sauce. And I'm not going to do what I always do when I make a curry and start the rice too early. Because that's what I always do. And I end up with rice that's ready and just kind of sitting there and drying out. I've got better with my times, I guess. But just a mental note. Anyway, I hope everyone watching had a good day today. I hope you had a good jueves. I had a very chill day. I actually had a lay-in today for the first time in can't remember how long. I just went to bed and I didn't set an alarm. I was like, I'll wake up when I wake up. And yeah, went to the supermarket, picked up a few bits and pieces that I needed. Spoke to my sister a little bit. And that was it really. Just been watching some TV shows and chilling out for the most of the day. You really kept your eyes open at work? Oh no. I know that feeling. I fell asleep standing up once when I worked in a lab. I was leaning against like a wall during a meeting and I actually nodded off. It wasn't until one of my co-workers elbowed me. I was like, wake up. I was like, oh sorry. She was always keeping an eye out. I used to fall asleep all the time in places. Never fell asleep when I was teaching. That would have been bad. Just in the classroom, just like. To be fair, the kids would have woken you up, right? They would have woken me up. Or, if it was the older kids, they would have just let me sleep and then just done whatever they wanted without having to, like, you know, learn anything. Okay. Sorry, this garlic takes a while. You get, like, pre-chopped jarred garlic, and it's like, you just scoop it. You want fresh garlic? It takes a little bit more work. And if you have homegrown garlic, which happens to have a lot of small bulbs, it takes a little bit more. But it's worth it. For the homegrown factor, I say. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to chop these cloves in half. I'm going to put them in our pile for our sauce. Now, our sauce is also going to have tomatoes in it. We got some chopped tomatoes and a bunch of spices. So we're going to cook this side of stuff, make it into a sauce, blitz it, and then we're going to cook this stuff with the chicken, and then we're going to put a bunch of seasoning on the actual chicken, and then we're going to be throwing in the other veg. So essentially what we'll end up with is a sauce with chunks of chicken, pepper, onion, chili, and all that stuff. All that good stuff. You had an alright day? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. How's Fia? She's still in the hospital at the moment. My nephew had some issues with his breathing, so yeah, past few days, since Monday, he's been in hospital, bless him. So he's doing alright. I'm getting like constant updates and everything. So it's just yeah, just waiting for the doctors to do their tests and hope everything's okay. But just thinking positively. I'm gonna get some fresh coriander here. Now I'm just gonna pluck the leaves. Now the thing with this is that we don't need it till much later, but seeing as we're chopping now, I'm going to do it. We do need to chop some, we need to chop our chicken for starters, because we are doing Chicken Jalfrezi. It's very weird having this Nintendo Summer playlist, as it's called, and it's very grey outside today. We had our like few weeks of summer, and now it's gone back to being a bit gloomy, like it is the rest of the year over here. I'm sure we'll get another heat wave at some point, and people will be like, "Oh, it's too hot! It's too hot." It's an alright temperature at the moment. Like, I'm able to go out in sort of t-shirt, shorts if I want, but we are getting like bits of rain, and yeah, it's like, it's just a bit grey. I like waking up and having like the sun outside. I don't like waking up and it just being like, huh, what time is it? Okay, a little bit more and I think we'll have enough. Will be good to chop. Okay. Oh, you want to know what I did today? I played Wolong today. New DLC. Managed to get all the achievements done on that. So I did that. A very frustrating boss fight, which took me a little bit of time. We got there in the end. Okay. So now we have this, which we aren't going to be adding until much later. I'm going to chop it. So we're ready. And then we can add it when the time is right, which won't be actually till the end of the recipe. It'll be when everything's kind of in together, cooking, nearly finished, that we'll throw in some fresh coriander. I'll chop it now, so we're ready. Might actually put it in a bowl so that I can use this chopping board for other things. Actually, this is going to be a little bit difficult because I need this chopping board. We used to have a lot of chopping boards, and then we got this big one, and the other ones were removed. Let me think. I can use that bowl. Okay. Thinking over. I'm going to put our fresh coriander in a bowl here. I'm going to have that ready for later on. Just a little coriander there. I'll leave this over here. Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, because this is asking me to do a lot of different steps, which I think is going to be a little excessive. So I'm going to do it my way. This may be the wrong way, but we'll find out, I guess. Sorry, my headset's acting very weird, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to add the, you can see it properly, the onion, the garlic, and the chili into a pan with a little bit of olive oil. We're going to fry that through, and once it's starting to soften a little bit, I'm going to add chopped tomatoes, and then we're going to add that to a food processor, blitz it into a nice smooth sauce, and then we'll tidy up a little bit and then work on the chicken. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of this stuff here, I'm going to put it into this bowl because I need the chopping board. I don't have another chopping board. So, made a mess. Wouldn't be a cooking stream for me if there wasn't mess with that. Okay. Okay, we're good. So we just got our onion. That's what was going to be going in with our chicken later on. Just going to put this to one side. The onion fell down. No, it's all good. It's all been salvaged. It's just on the work surface. We're good. Okay, now oil's heating up a bit. I'm going to put all of this in here. So that was half an onion, half a white onion, like 2 green chilies, and some garlic. I'm going to let that sizzle for a little bit. Going to get our chopped tomatoes ready. And then I'm going to need the big pan. Onion has been saved. Un poquito de cebolla. Okay. So I do need, oh gosh, you guys hear me? Okay. I feel like at some point my dead body is going to be found in this kitchen surrounded by wires and food because there is just not enough space. So, oh, hey CeeJaey, how's it going? We need to add in some water. We're going to be adding in some chicken stock. Okay, because we're making chicken jalfrezi, and that's going to go in with our onion, chili, garlic mixture, as we're going to be trying to make the sauce. And then we'll add the tomatoes to that later on. I honestly have no idea where I'm going to put the fucking food processor. I think I'm going to have to do it on this side of the kitchen. So I do apologize if you don't see much of what's going on right now. I could bring you guys over. You guys have seen chicken being chopped. You don't need to see a chicken being chopped. What I'm going to do is, you guys are going to fly through the air. I'm going to go this way. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. I think we're good? We're good. Okay. I need about 300. It's about 300 milliliters of water in with our stock. And then we're going to be adding that to our mixture. And what that will do is be the base for our sauce. We're going to let it simmer for a little bit after that. We'll turn the heat down a little bit. Now, I keep thinking I'm going to do this my way, but I'm going to commit to the recipe, because otherwise I'm just doing the same things I always do, you know? So, yeah. So we need to just simmer this for a little bit of time. Meanwhile, we need to do the similar thing with the tomatoes. And what we're going to do is we're going to start adding some spices. So we're going to get a little bit of olive oil again. We're doing this in a different saucepan, just off camera there. Yep, double saucepan. That's me. Hi. Oh, camera won't stay now. So while this is like simmering, I'm going to heat up this other pan, and then we're going to put in some spices. We're going to put in some coriander, cumin, turmeric. Quite a lot of it, actually. Okay. If I plug this in here, I think we can work with this. Okay, food processor is ready. So this has been heated up now. We're going to put some coriander, cumin, and turmeric, about a tablespoon of the first two and a teaspoon of the other. That's what our sauce is going to be mostly of. I'm going to need another spoon. just going to give this a little stir over here. Just toast the spices a little bit. We don't want it too much, otherwise they will stick to the bottom of the pan. And then what happens there is nothing pleasant. You end up getting burnt spices and you end up getting clumps of stuff in your food, and you do not want that. We're going to then add chopped tomatoes in our other pan. And then I'm just mixing the spices up with the tomato. And we're going to let that simmer for a similar amount of time. Similarly. As the mix you see right now. What should we call that? Our onion chili mix. So we've got our onion chili mix with garlic, simmering in some chicken stock. And then we've also got some chopped tomato, simmering with some turmeric, cumin, and coriander. And then what we'll be doing is combining the whole lot and then putting it in a food processor. So what I'm going to do now, while we're letting them do their thing, is I'm going to take our chicken and I'm going to chop it. Do a little chopping of the chicken. That's what we needed our chopping board for earlier. Or why we needed it cleaned up, I should say. Because we don't want to be chopping raw chicken next to other food. It's like rule number 1 of cooking, I think. Don't put raw stuff next to other stuff. So just chopping the chicken into decent sized chunks. And what we'll be doing with the chicken is I will be frying it with some of the aforementioned spices. So the spices coming in at a number of different places in this recipe. And yeah, we'll we'll fry that off, and then that's when we start adding the other stuff that we have. You know, the red pepper, the onion, and the red chilies. Those are going to be in chunky format with our chicken. So that's what's going to give a bit of a bite to the meal. While I'm doing all of this, I'm going to bear in mind I'm going to do rice as well. And sort the naans out, which is fine. Like I said, we don't need to start that too early like I always do, because then we end up with overdone rice. And we don't want that. Okay. Just trying to think what the best way to do this is. Okay, I think this is good enough for now. Let me just double check. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to this, and then we're going to put it all in the food processor. And then I'm going to put it on this hob over here while we sort the chicken out. Okay, so that is our onion, green chili, garlic mix that has been simmering in chicken stock. added to our spiced tomato mix, spiced chopped tomatoes. I'll use that pan for thingy. Now we've got a little bit more space. I put this here. This is our stuff that we're going to be adding later. Let's give this a bit of a stir. And then we need to blitz this. So you know what? I'm trying to think here, guys. I'm trying to think. No, this is good because we're going to be adding stuff into that. So that's fine. That's fine. So I'm going to leave you guys with a glowing orb. Ponder the orb while I'm over here. One day, I'll tell you what, one day I will do the GoPro thing, right? I'll do the GoPro thing. Said that one day I would stream with a GoPro attached to my head so you guys can see my POV of whatever I'm doing. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking that thing, those two mixtures, I am putting into a food processor right now. I'm going to keep this saucepan because we're going to be using it, but I'm going to give it a little bit of wipe down so we don't end up with stuff getting caught, getting burnt, and setting off any fire alarms, because then you guys will be like, clip it, guys. CeeJaey's burning down his flat again. Okay, hoping this is in properly. Putting the lid on, making sure the lid is secure, otherwise I'm going to get blasted with boiling hot stuff. Do you like that sound? Yeah, I think that should be enough. It smells really nice, which is a good sign. So now that we've blitzed that, I'm going to pop it back into the aforementioned saucepan. Lovely sound. Don't you think? I had like an itch on my ear and I scratched it. And I think I may have put burning hot chili in it because it hurts. So that's what's going on with me right now. So now we have a nice smooth consistency of sauce. I know, it looks very beige and not interesting. But we're just going to leave that simmering for the remainder of... I was going to say the remainder of the show. Who do I think I am? Gordon Ramsay? Come back after the break where there'll be a new guest. So we're just going to leave that simmering for a little bit and then we'll be adding the stuff after. Where's the Kiss the Cook apron? I have two aprons actually. I have one that says... Carlos, the man, the myth, the legend. Clearly the people who bought me that think I'm amazing. And I have another one with Ainsley Harriott on it. That says, give your meat a good old rub. So that's also a good one. Ainsley Harriott is like a TV chef from the UK. Used to be part of a show called Ready Steady Cook. And, yeah, he used to say things like, he used to say stuff that was like, he was completely innocent, but he'd be like, oh yeah, give your meat a good old rub, and everyone would be like, what the hell? What's this guy talking about? Okay, so what I'm going to do is, we've got a little bit of olive oil in this pan now, and we're going to put our chicken in that we've just chopped. We're going to plop that into the pan, and we're going to season it. Sorry, we're going to throw some spices on there, season it obviously, and then we're going to just fry it off a little bit, and then we are going to, I've lost a spoon, gang, here it is, then we're going to add in our veg once it's ready. So I'm just letting that oil heat up a little bit. Those are top tier aprons, they are very good. Those were bought as gifts for me, which I was very, very happy with. Sorry if you guys are getting flashbanged by that. We all think you're amazing. Carrie, stop it. Oh my gosh. Can't be too sweet. I get bad teeth. Bam, 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 bam. We also have a friend of mine bought these gloves for me ages ago. It's got a panda on it. This is Emi. They're a little bit like burnt. That was my friend Tech. She bought them when I started doing cooking streams. Okay. So I'm going to... Oh gosh, like... Yeah, this is where I wish my kitchen was tidy, because then I could actually put stuff in places. Okay. Bear with me. If you hear a scream, don't worry, it's probably just me losing a finger or a toe or something. Okay, we're going to put the chicken in. Okay, I think that's fine. Quickly wash my hands. We're again handling raw meat. Bum, bum, bum. Oh no. Okay, everything's going wrong, but it's okay. Can you hear that beeping? That's because liquid has dropped onto the hob. And it like, I don't understand if you want the hob on or not. Okay. Let's just make sure this chicken doesn't burn. I'm going to put some pepper. I'm going to put some salt. We're going to put some turmeric. A little bit more turmeric, maybe about a teaspoon's worth. We're going to put some coriander, decent amount of coriander. And cumin. If you guys have been listening, those were the spices that we used. Let me that spoon. Where's my other spoon? Over here. Alright, let's get this around, shall we? Those spices we put into our sauce, we're also going to be putting on the chicken, just as we get all that flavour as part of the chicken too. And yeah, everything's okay. Everything is fine. Just kind of flipping the chunks of chicken around so it gets, you know, done on all sides. Just kind of want to kind of seal it almost. And then we will be adding it to the sauce, but not until we've added some other stuff to this this pan itself, which we'll see in a moment when I get to that point. Yeah, basically the hob turned off. It's like I wanted somewhere to put the chopping board, but a bit of a mess in the corner of our kitchen at the moment, so I didn't have anywhere to put it. And that meant that some liquid fell down onto the hob and turned it off. And then kept turning it on and off again, which would have caused the entire kitchen to fuse if we weren't careful. So there we go, that's our chicken on the go. Whew. Hi Karik, how's it going? And Andreas, what's up? Oh, Andreas with the sub! Not cooking in a frying pan, the raw meat. What is bro on about? All that Greek heat is getting to your brain. Thank you so much for the 42, Andreas. How's your holiday been? Goldfish beating millennia? That's a new one on me. That's a new one. I had not heard about that, no. Alright, we're going to add the veg now. Use eye tracking software. That's pretty cool. It's kind of like Twitch Plays Pokemon back in the day. That was good times. I feel like nothing ever really lived up to that hype again, but I think that's understandable. The thing that does it first is usually the best, right? Okay, so all the size of the chicken is kind of like good. So we're going to be throwing in our red pepper, our onion, and our red chilies. So this is probably going to be a bit of a spicy one. We're just going to let everything kind of do its thing now. Just trying to think of anything else I need to do right now. I need to sort out rice, but I need a saucepan for that, and that is over here. So I'm going to do a little bit of washing up. And get ourselves into a position where it'll be good to go. What's the time? It's 6:30, so I'm not just destroying everything. Don't worry. Don't panic. Just a regular old day in my household. So yeah, I have about half an hour until I've got to go play a TF2 scrim before our match tonight. So that's our time limit currently. That's our goal, which should be absolutely fine. We're just going to be letting this do its thing for a little bit. And then once I feel like it's ready, we'll be putting all of that into the sauce mixture. And then we'll be leaving that to simmer for a while. We'll get some rice going, some basmati rice, I think. We'll get our naans prepared. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it will taste in the end. Because I haven't had jalfrezi in a while. This is definitely a different way of doing one. I'm interested in how, like, I mean, the way that this has been done, I'm hoping that the sauce is going to be really tasty, but also you get the good taste from all of, like, the chunks as well. Because normally you just take all of this stuff and you would put it in, but I'm hoping the way that we've done this with the sauce, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Hopefully. Okay. We don't need that anymore. We have some garam masala here, which we're going to be adding in late on. Okay, I'm going to turn the heat down. I'm going to... This is going to get messy. Put that there, and then I'm going to try and transfer everything. Ugh, not losing anything. Don't lose any chicken, don't lose any onion. Everything is going to get added into this, and then give it a good old stir. If I can just turn that hob off, I can put this pan down over here for a second. Okay, now we're going to get this all integrated into the sauce. I burnt my thumb, but it's okay. And you can see now we have like the sauce as a base, but then we also have like the chicken, the peppers, the onion, and the chili is like, you know, the chunky bits. So it's looking good, in my opinion. It's looking good. What do you guys think? Oh, I can actually read some chat. It's been going great. You're back in 3 days. Oh man, enjoy it, enjoy it. I've been loving the snaps you've been sending. It's looks like a really, really nice place. Cooking on oil and butter. We're using oil. Using olive oil. Could use butter for this, I guess. We used to fight librarians for free books. My dude, I don't think I've ever been to the library in my life. Yeah, I mean, honestly, when my parents were here, Andreas, I saw a snap come through, and I was like, oh. I was like, right, this guy is in Greece. And I said, I bet you this is either going to be a picturesque landscape, I said, or an array of delicious food. And I think it was one of your food pics. And I showed it to them, and they were like, wow. So they were very impressed as well. I've had an alright day, thank you, Karik. Yeah, I was just saying earlier in the stream, I had a lie-in this morning. Didn't set an alarm, I was just like, screw it. I'm not speaking to my parents today, seeing as I've seen them like twice in the space of, you know, I didn't see them for like 4 months, which is understandable given my sister and everything. And then I saw them twice in the space of a week, so they're probably sick to death of me at this point. So I didn't speak to them today. So I was like, screw it, I don't have to be up, I'm just going to wake up when I wake up. And I went to the supermarket, got my shopping, and then I have vegged all day. Did a little gaming, did a little of watching some shows. You know how it be. And now I'm desperately trying to finish this before before I have to go for my TFTs tonight. Because this is new season, new me, right? New season, new me. Let's get the dubs and all that. Yeah, looking forward to this. Let's okay. I'm gonna need to dry this before I can do anything else. Like I said, there's a little bit of chaos in here. That's what we like. We like a little bit of chaos. The food has been crazy good, yeah. I actually had my dad brought me some boquerones, like anchovies. I think it's in English. And it's like basically kind of raw, but like served with you know, garlic oil and stuff like that. Oh, it's so good, so tasty. Right, let's tidy this up. Actually, I can put this pan over here. I need to... Actually, yeah, no. I'm thinking, like, I need to do A, B, and C, but before I can do B, I need to do A. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, but maybe I can start C, but it's like, no, I need to do B. I'm like, okay, well, let's do B. And it's like, no, you still need to do C, or A, or fuck, alphabet. You know how it is. You know how it be, guys. My brain is like a Rubik's Cube. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I'm sure that's not very pleasant to listen to. Right, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We're like, if this was a marathon, we'd be at the point where you're like, okay, I can't see the finish line yet, but I just need to like do this last bit, you know? There's just like a bit more to go. But I do really want to make a cheesecake. Might do a cheesecake next week. So whatever dish I'm going to cook, I may also have a dessert, because I really want to make this Biscoff cheesecake. It looks really good. So I want to give that a try. See how it tastes compared to the Kinder, because I think the Kinder chocolate cheesecake is my favorite so far. Biscoff one, I do like Biscoff. It's tasty stuff, so might give that a try next week. But also do another recipe. With or without raisins. You say raisins? You put raisins in a cheesecake? Huh? Raisins in a cheesecake? I love raisins, okay? Don't get me wrong. I'll take an oatmeal and raisin cookie, okay? Not as good as chocolate, but I don't think they deserve the hate they get. But in a cheesecake? Okay, just clean this pan now. I've used 2 saucepans, 1 frying pan, electric mixer, 2 jugs, a lot of things. Ugh. In post cheesecakes, people put raisins. Look, I love raisins. I do like dried fruit, but I've never, ever heard of it being used in a cheesecake. That's interesting. Okay, got some rice here. I'm not going to do too much because we've got naans as well. Just going to give it a bit of a rinse. Just to like remove that layer. Just kind of wash the rice, and then basically you put it in a saucepan. You put the rice in, you put the water in, and then the water will go kind of all cloudy. That's all like the starchy bits coming off. Do that a few times, and then you'll have nice rice that will be nice and fluffy, as opposed to just, you know, sticky clumps. I used to never really care about doing it this way, but a friend showed me and I was like, actually, it does make a difference. However, if you have a rice cooker, then just use that. I do not have a rice cooker, as you can tell. Maybe a rice cooker is something I'll invest in one day. We talked about the Infinity Kitchen, right? Like, you know, like the Infinity Gauntlet for Thanos, with the Infinity Kitchen. Rice cooker, air fryer, soda stream. I can't remember if we actually managed to get up to 5. Like, I think we had a whole bunch of ideas, but I cannot remember if we, like, what they all were. I actually showed when my parents came down, I actually cooked something in the air fryer for them. I was like, I'm going to make some potato wedges, and I'll show you how damn crispy they are. And I'm like, okay. They're like, yeah, they are crispy, you're right. I was like, see? It is a good thing. Alright. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to cook some basmati rice. I'm just wondering if I throw some turmeric in there. Make some nice yellow rice. You know, a little bit of a kick. We'll see. Oh. You coming over right now? Hi, Graves. Will there be enough? I don't know. It's 3 people eating today. So, we could stretch it. We could stretch it. Is that spoon's blocking you guys? There we go. You're number 3. Run over. Get the. Honestly, if I could, I would love to just cook like meals. Wouldn't mind being like a chef or something. I don't think I have the talent to be a chef, like an actual, like, you know, professional. But I like cooking for like groups, cooking for large groups of friends and stuff like that. It's always fun, as long as it turns out okay, which it usually does. I don't think I've ever had any failures. You know what? As much as you guys take the mick, I don't think I've ever had anything turn out badly. I've had things that have been disappointing, I guess. Like, I've preferred things a different way. But I don't think anything's ever been bad, per se. I'm trying to think of anything that's ever come out and I've been like, I hate this. I don't think there has been. Which is good, Oh, you can smell it? Can you imagine if they added, do you remember years ago you used to have scratch and sniff kind of books and things? Where you'd scratch like a little panel and it would smell like something, like strawberries or bananas or whatever. Imagine if they had like smell-o-vision to streams. I added smell-o-vision so that you could like smell whatever's going on the stream. Now, obviously during a cooking stream, we're like, oh damn, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Like you could smell the food as it's cooking. Be like, oh yeah, you know, this is good. But then obviously there's a lot of stuff that happens on streams. So, yeah, maybe overall not a good idea. But it's rooted in an honest thought. I assure you. Okay, just washing up the chopping board now. And then we'll just have the couple of pans left to go. Which, everything's smelling really good. Jalfrezi is smelling really good. We're just going to wait for the rice now. And then the naans. The jalfrezi is not finished with yet. We are not done with it. It is not complete. It's not like we're just waiting for it to be cooked through and, you know. We still need to add some garam masala. We're adding it very, very late. So we're going to be adding that in and then mixing it through, stirring it through. And also the chopped coriander that I prepared earlier. That is also going to be stirred through. And that'll be the final touches of the dish. Oh, you guys okay? A little bit of a shunt there, I'm sorry. I don't know why the camera doesn't like turning this way. Oh wait, do you know what I could do? Bing! Put the light on! What naan? We have garlic and coriander naan. Which I am running low on time right now. Incorrect answer? No! What's wrong with garlic and coriander naans? To be fair, I always usually just go for a garlic naan if I'm like eating somewhere or ordering somewhere. But this one place, there was a new Indian restaurant takeaway opened up in our area like a few months ago. We were like, oh, let's give it a try, and then they forgot our naans, and we were like, oh no! So they brought like extra naans in like a second delivery. Like, sorry for the like mistake, and they had like a selection of them. And there was one that was like a cheese naan. It was basically they just had this big ass naan that they'd folded over and put like cheese and melted inside. You can't go wrong with cheese. So it was tasty, but it was a bit of an odd concept. One place I remember too, they did a chili naan, and all they did was put chili powder on the naan. It burned my tongue off. It's just not Peshwari naan. Okay. I could feel that. I was unable to acquire those, unfortunately, from the store. The selection isn't as great. It was either plain, garlic or garlic and coriander. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go with this. Okay. Going to start getting things in a position to be ready. The rice is not ready at all. But that's okay, we're just going to wait. So I'm not the biggest disappointment. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Yeah, I constantly forget that our extractor fan, like we got a new one. Do you remember my previous extractor fan was broken? So the light broke. And I keep forgetting that we actually have a functioning one now. So I forget that the light's there and it works. Okay, so basically what we're doing right now is waiting for the rice. Smells nice. Smells spicy. Just wondering what to do for next week, because I did have like 2-3 months worth of recipes like lined up, ready, and I reached the end of that, and now I'm just like, oh, what do I make? Is it Tesco spices? Yep. That's where I shop. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some things to do. I have to have a peruse, see if there's any old recipes that I've done that I could, think I could do better on. Pesto pasta and homemade garlic bread. Interesting, interesting. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you with the music and the bubbling. I just need to check my PC, see if I've actually got a game in 10 minutes to know if I need to rush or not. One sec. Okay, I didn't get an answer. So I don't know. But I guess I'll just try and be ready. Regardless. Worst case scenario, I have more time to eat my food. Okay. It's actually really nice going into my room because my window's open. So it's kind of chill in there and I'm actually getting very warm cooking this. It's very steamy in the kitchen right now. Going into my room is nice and cool, but then coming back in here, you can smell the curry. It smells really, really nice. So that's good. Hoping it tastes as good as it smells. We'll gain 50 subs by making garlic bread. I've made homemade garlic bread before. I do wonder actually because you can cook bread in the air fryer, right? We've also got Crusade pots, so we could make bread that way. I'm just wondering if there's a way to use some of those to cook it. I'll look up some recipes. I'll have a look. I will inquire. I'll inquire and find out. Let me test the rice. Rice seems good. Don't actually need any more than that. Don't want it overdone and turning into mush. Okay. So I'm gonna turn this hobbage off. Not the curry one, the rice one. I'm going to serve up the rice. I didn't do too much rice. I always seem to suffer when it comes to portion control. Knowing like how much to do when it comes to rice and pasta. I always think, is that going to be enough? And then I end up making too much and there's like loads of leftovers. End up eating like rice and pasta for the next 3 days. So I've erred on the side of caution and done less than I thought, considering we have naans as well. So I may have done too little rice this time around. Which is funny. I just can't get it right. I'm a mess. That's okay. I think it'll be enough. I think it's fine. Just means I have to have more curry, which isn't an issue. So, last thing we need to do. We need some garam masala. A bit more. And then we need our chopped coriander from earlier. Fresh coriander. We're going to put that in. We're going to give it a stir. And we're going to give it just a little bit of time, a couple of minutes, just to like incorporate. We don't need it to be like simmering for ages, because the whole point of having it fresh is that it's kind of got that taste in the dish, as opposed to anything else. I'm just going to just do this. I can put, don't need you anymore, put you there. Hi, Bear Banana with can't talk, can't get my words out. We're cooking chicken jalfrezi today. Yes, indeedy. More rice is better than less rice. Yeah, I need to get a rice cooker. That's what I need to do. I'm just going to take these dishes, get it nice and clean. Less washing up later. Once I've done this, all we'll have is that last saucepan and the dishes that we've eaten from. Okay, one thing I do want to make sure is I get the, I think we use our ladle to serve this up. It's going to be a little bit messy otherwise. Okay, should we get you guys back into a position of viewing? Oh gosh, flashbang with the rice. It's time to serve. How long did this take today? Hour and 20. Took a little bit longer. I think the making of the sauce is like a separate thingy. I think that was definitely the time consumer. I had to use multiple different gosh, why can't I use words? What's wrong with me? Multiple different saucepans, and obviously using the food processor to mix stuff around. There we go. I think there's enough there for like extras if anyone wants more. Gosh, if only you were here, Grapes. There's more in the saucepan. I'm gonna lay a naan on that one. Should we get a picture for the gram? I said I've never had an Instagram in my life, but people say do it for the gram, right? Let's get a picture. Actually, which way looks better? This way? I think it looks alright. What do you guys think? Nothing too fancy with the rice, just some basmati. And again, nothing too crazy with the naans, but maybe one day I'll make my some fresh naans. You'll find me. Well, there you go, guys. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the stream. So I'll be back tomorrow. Do some gaming tomorrow. Play some Dead by Daylight. Exclamation mark schedule if you want to see what I'm doing for the rest of the week. Next week, I have no idea what I'm going to cook. But I'll work out something. And yeah, maybe we could do something new or try to adapt something I've done in the past. If you guys want a close up, looks pretty good. You got the red chilies, you got the green coriander. It's kind of colorful. I like it. I like the way it looks. You guys take care. Have a lovely evening, and I'll see you soon. Bye.